Hope you guys are having an awesome day. Happy Memorial Day weekend, and it's Monday, and I haven't put out a video for probably 3 weeks or so, but today I thought I'd show you how to polish out scratches on a Toyota 4Runner wheel. This wheel's new, but it's basically been handled poorly, so it has some fine surface scratches on it, and I'll go ahead and bring you guys in and show you what it looks like. So if you can see, there's some scratches there, over here, right there. So we're just going to give the wheel a once over and polish her up. So I'll kind of go over what I'm going to be using today, all the tools and the polishes and whatnot, ceramics, detail spray. So I guess we'll get right into it. First thing I'm going to be using is rubbing alcohol. This is 70% isopropyl alcohol, otherwise known as IPA. And I got that mixed 50-50, 50% water, 50% rubbing alcohol. So if you have a squirt bottle, say for example, here with about 30 ounces, I put in 15 ounces of water, 15 ounces of rubbing alcohol. So that's how I do that. Next up, ceramic detail spray. This is an awesome product made by Technician's Choice, and everything in my videos is going to be backwards because I use the camera facing me so I can see what I'm doing. But this is awesome stuff. I use the heck out of it. It's great as a detail spray. I use it for all sorts of things, but it's pretty inexpensive. I think it's 20 bucks for a gallon. Basically, it's Tech 582 is the number on this. I mix this 50-50 as well. You can mix it. You can use it straight up, but I prefer to mix it 50-50. I'm also going to be using this Milwaukee M12 Sander polisher. Now this is a direct drive, so it's not like a random orbital like a Rupes, and which I'm going to be showing you in the next video, the 3-inch Rupes, which is a super awesome tool. So I have this paired with the Meguiars microfiber. This is a David, Mary, Charlie 3. So, and it's red here, so that shows that it's a cutting disc. This is basically their finishing pad. This is I believe a 6-inch, yep, 6-inch, but that's the finishing pad. They make a cutting and a finishing pad. So I'm going to be using this, and it's a direct drive. If this was black or dark gray, or anything like that, I wouldn't want to use this machine on here because it would show the swirls and the holograms and whatnot, the buffer trails. But since it's kind of a polished aluminum, then I'm going to go ahead and use this. I'm going to use basically Rupes Ceramic Gloss Fine, which is basically their polish. And I'm just going to use that as my polish. I'm also going to be using my trusty Tornador, which I love this tool, my favorite tool. And a roll of tape. Basically there's one spot here where I'm going to take, because it's pretty close to the wheel or the tire, so I'll just put a little bit of, this is 2-inch American tape. And how I use this stuff, just to show you, I guess I went right into it, but I use my left hand. I'm right-handed, which in the video it may look backwards, but I use this and then I pinch it and I rip it or tear it. So where I'm going to get real close to the wheel, I'll put a little bit of tape. And that's about it. I generally like to use a headlight as well. So, but I'm not going to do it because I'll blind you guys. So basically it's a good idea to use safety glasses. You just never know if something pops off the wheel. All right, so basically I'm getting down to the end of this, but basically you want to give it a good shake, all your materials. Do that, and first I'm going to actually blow off the wheel real quick. So I have a regulator on this. I have it turned down pretty low, so I'll give it a quick blow, and then I'll use microfiber towel. These are Costco microfibers. Awesome economy towel. I've talked about these in my other video. It's my staple towel. This is what I use for pretty much everything for the most part. I do have some real high-end towels. I've spent probably close to $1,000 in high-end microfiber towels, but this is for your everyday interior exterior light colors, even dark colors on some cars, it's fine. But if I am polishing with these, I use brand new ones and I tear the tag off. So on a wheel, it's not really going to make a difference. This is laundered, but so at any rate, I'm going to give this, I'm going to shake. I shake everything. Everything you do, you want to shake. So I'll give it a shake, and then I'm going to also point out this bottle, but basically I'm going to spray it on there. This wheel's already been cleaned. I'm just pre-cleaning. It's a good thing, you know, every time you get in doing something, you want to clean it, because you don't know what, that's why I blew it off. You don't know what's sitting on the wheel. There's dirt and dust, and you don't want to grind that into the wheel. You want to have a real clean surface. So these bottles are awesome. I thought I'd point this out to you guys. Spray Master, and these are actually what they call HO, or high output bottles. These are super awesome, and reason being is basically they put out a lot of material, so probably twice as much. They don't atomize the material as well as a standard squirt bottle like this. So I love using the HOs. So anyway, you could give it a squirt onto your microfiber as well. I tend to use one side wet, the other side dry. And so I'm just going to give it a quick wipe with my wet side. And I'll get in the black areas, the recessed areas. I'm not going to polish in the recessed areas because they're not scratched. So, and it'd be kind of a pain unless I use my micro Rupes, the hybrid nano, which I do have, and I need to make a video on it. So well, I hope you guys are enjoying my videos. I'm enjoying making them when I can. We're getting pretty busy, so, but I do enjoy it. All right, so what I do is make sure you want to center your pad, and I'm wearing gloves. I always wear gloves. It's a big habit of mine, so, and it's a good habit to get into. You never know what's in these products. And it isn't a horrible idea to blow your pad off as well, so I'll go ahead and do that real quick. You could do that when you're blowing off your wheel, but here you go. So you never know, the pad's been sitting somewhere, it's got something on it, and the bottom line is you want to be surgical about everything you do if you're detailing. It's important to be just real methodical and conscientious. So, all right, moving forward, I'll put some polish. Actually, I need to open the lid here. Oop. And that happens from time to time. We're down to the end of here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this. I have some polish on there. Probably have some polish on my face too, but I'm going to put my left hand here, and then I'm just going to kind of slowly pull the trigger, because I don't want to, I just want to kind of grind the polish into the pad, but I don't want to sling it all over the place. I'm a huge fan, and it's a pet peeve of mine to make sure you watch out how much sling you have. The more you sling and the more it goes all over the place, the more cleanup you're going to have to do, and it just takes longer. Got a little bit on my glasses, so all right, give it a little more. We're getting down to the very end of this bottle, so I thought I'd use it up. So I'm just going to kind of polish it in with my hand, kind of push it into the pad. So these microfiber pads are awesome. There's a lot of different pads you can use, but this one's pretty cool. Anyway, here we go. So I'm just going to take my time, and I'm going to keep it flat. And I'm going to pull the trigger a little bit, and then go to the next one. Pretty much at this point, I'm using it full throttle. So the way this gear drive works too, you want to be careful how you manipulate the tool or position the tool, because depending on how you go into it, it's gonna want to jump on you. So you know, after a while you get the hang of it. But so one downside to these gear-driven machines is, you know, when you first start, there's a little bit of a learning curve. But I like to hold it flat and then just be careful, because a lot of times if you catch the edge wrong, it'll want to kind of jump around. So the more material or the more liquid you use, and hopefully you guys can hear me over this machine, the more aggressive it'll make the polisher. So if you're doing some heavy compounding, you want to make sure you use quite a bit of the more material you use, the more polish, the more aggressive it'll be. So the microfiber is awesome, but it's real grabby. So it's a pretty little unique combo here. And I like using, the reason I'm using a cutting pad is because I want the aggressiveness of the cutting pad, but then I'm going to use the polish to make it a little finer. So, you know, I like to mix and match things based on my outcome, so, or the desired outcome. So I'm using a coarse pad with a finer polish because I only want a one step, but I don't want to go back over it with a random orbital. I just want to polish it and be done. So I'm going to hit here pretty good, and I'll kind of really slow down. This area is probably the worst part of the wheel, and I'm just going to slow down and drag it over this area like I talked in other polishing videos. But just, you know, you can even feel it sometimes. It'll get pretty warm when you're polishing things, so it's never a bad idea to kind of feel the panel as you're doing it, seeing the temperature of it. There's a little spot here. I'm just going to take this tape off and put it right there, and you can do that. And it's good to do that. You can conserve material, especially if you buy your own material. It's expensive, and it's good to be conserving. All right, so I'm going to go back to my alcohol rag here that I used to initially clean it. I'll take off my tape. I'm just going to kind of lightly go over it and take off the polish. And sometimes it looks like I'm wiping things pretty hard, but I'm kind of wiping it faster than I am hard. I'm not, a lot of times I don't put a lot of pressure on it. I'm just moving fast, and that's what breaks the compound loose. So, okay, so I got most of the compound off there. And I'm going to take the bottle, shake it, give it a spray from back further. So I kind of sprayed it on heavy because I want to really take that polish off. I'll wipe the edge of the tire. Then I'm going to fold it backwards so I can use some new sides. And I'll let it sit on there for a brief second, just break down the polishing oils. So here we go. This will help strip the oils and does a real nice job. So IPA wipe down is what they call this. And so this will just kind of really doll this wheel up and really make it pretty sweet. So a little bit of talent required in this, but not a whole lot. It's pretty easy. So if you have a nice set of wheels, but you just kind of want to dial them in, this is the way to go. I'm going to make another video. I got some Tundra wheels I'm going to put on my truck, and I'm going to polish them real quick with the 3-inch Rupes, and then I'm going to ceramic coat them. So I'll show you guys how to do that in the next one. Moving forward, ceramic detail spray, 50-50 with water, good shake. I'll give it a quick spray, and then I'm going to watch my pattern. So if I spray up here, the ceramic detail spray is going to come up to here. But if I hold my spray bottle here, the edge of the pattern will hit there. So it's kind of, it's about, material control. And you learn that. I used to be an auto body painter, and you learn that in auto body is basically you want to learn to control your material and where it goes. And the longer you detail and whatnot, the more you'll kind of fine tune things and really finesse things, and you'll just the more you work with your hands. But anyway, so I just give that a spray, and then I'm lightly, super lightly, just kind of wiping it. I let it sit on there for a second. You can let it sit on a little bit longer, but I'm just kind of shortening up the video for you guys. I know they tend to get a little long sometimes, but and I'm not in the phase of editing my videos yet. But anyway, I hope you guys are liking the videos, and hoping you're learning something from all this. I got a lot to show and a lot to say. So so wet side, dry side, start basically after I've wiped it wet, I'm gonna go and basically polish it off. Once again, I'm moving fast, not hard. So, yeah, hope all is well, and hope you guys are enjoying your weekend, and we'll catch you in the next video. So I'll bring you in and show you how this one turned out. I'd say it turned out pretty good. Quickie job. Much better. So if you guys have any questions, let me know. I'm happy to answer whatever you guys have for questions and however I can help you. And subscribe if you like. Thanks.